Hey YouTube, I'm going to do a quick video for you guys. I've got 3 different guns. I've got a Diana Model 34 Panther and 22 caliber, that's a brake barrel. I've got a Benjamin Maximus PCP, which is pre-charged pneumatic in .177 caliber. And last but not least, I have a Benjamin 397 pneumatic in .177 caliber. These compare favorably because when I bought the Model 34, it was comparable to price to these. I think the going rate on this one's $220. That one retailed for like around $200, and then that one back in 2015 when I bought it, it was $234. So, and of course with inflation, and now the new one is more. Yeah, but anyway, so anyway, this is just kind of, I just mainly want to show you guys brake barrel, PCP, pneumatic. When you go into any of your big box stores, it seems like you predominantly have brake barrels to choose from. And then online, it seems like everybody's PCP, PCP, PCB, or PCP. And then you've got your pneumatic, which doesn't seem very popular anymore. But if you grew up shooting air guns, at least in the 80s, like I did, pneumatics that's what we learned on. So brake barrels were just kind of coming into the country back then. So anyhow, all 3 guns are capable of doing pretty much whatever you need. If you need to shoot squirrels or rabbits, pests in your yard, these will all work. Some work better than others, depending on how fast you want to shoot, distance, whatnot. So just some quick targets, or a quick comparison of targets. That was sighting in the Model 34, only shooting at 20 yards, and I got a quarter. I just need to practice with the Model 34 more. It's got an amazing trigger, just that's me. Then my Benjamin 397, I was actually disappointed. I thought I would do a lot better. So I'm in a quarter. Can I get that down to a nickel? Not quite on that target. How about here? Not quite there either. So 20 yards, same. I should have done better. I'm using the Crosman Premier Domed, the brown box pellets right there, 10.5 grain. And then finally, the Benjamin Maximus PCP. Actually, these are all quarter size group at 20 yards. That was just slightly tick over. And then, so that's with the Premier Domed in the brown box. And then I tried the JSB Exacts, and I don't know, they didn't do so hot for me. So anyway, I can get better than this with more pellet testing, on and on and on, but just to give you an idea, they're all pretty equal. So what we'll do, I want this to be quick. I've got targets set up on a sawhorse out there at 20 yards. I've got a can full of water and the traditional silhouettes that are a ram, pig, turkey, and a chicken. I'll take 5 shots. Hopefully I can hit every target with each one of these guns. And I'm going to edit it so it's not going to be real time. If I miss, I'll show that I missed. Here we go. I'll go left to right. This is a brake barrel. It looks like I knocked down, the vibration actually knocked down through the silhouettes. I'll have to go set those up. Hang on. So the brake barrels can be tricky to shoot because this is a spring piston. I've shot one of the gas piston gun. It had recoil as well. These vibrate, and they have a bit of it's not like a firearm kick, it's a weird vibration type kick. But so what you want to do is you want to not grip tightly on the forearm. You want to let it float. It's called the artillery hold, and just let the gun do what it wants. Pig is next. Got the pig. And you notice that this gun's pretty quick to go to load, to cock, load, and shoot. There's the ram. But I hit it anyway. All right, let me set that stuff back up and we'll do the next gun. Okay, next gun we're gonna shoot. This is the Benjamin Maximus. It's a pre-charged pneumatic, meaning I have to use a separate hand pump to, takes me like 61 pumps to charge it from around 1,000 PSI to 2,000 PSI. This is known as a low pressure PCP. But once it's charged, I can just put pellets in and shoot. So that's really nice. So let's see how we do. Go for the can. Shoot, I don't even. The PCP, you don't. Now I talked about the recoil of the brake barrel. There's really no recoil to a PCP. Like, it's a very stable shooting platform. Next is the ram. This is a single shot. They make, it seems like all the technology is going into PCPs right now. They make semi-automatic. They have magazines. I have one with a magazine. They can even get them in full auto you want. Of course, your cost just goes up, 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 up. Let's go see if I can hit the pig. Not having any trouble with these, and I'm shooting 177 caliber pellets. Next is the turkey. And finally we'll go for the chicken. Oh, how about that? This one has a 3x9 scope, so it's easier for me to see the targets than with the brake barrel. All right, let me set the targets back up. Okay, last we'll shoot. This is the Benjamin 397. It's a pneumatic, which means you have to pump it up between each shot. It's also a 177. Okay, go for the can. Next, we'll go for the ram. And it'll be interesting on the video how long it takes between shots. You know, getting this set up each shot compared to the brake barrel and compared to the PCP. I've been on something of a tear with pneumatics since last fall. I've kind of rediscovered them, and I really don't mind the pumping for this, and it also doesn't recoil just like a PCP. So basically it acts like a PCP, but the pump is built in. However, you can tell it's noisy. So if you were trying to be quiet, things would hear you as you're pumping it up. Next, we'll go for the turkey. So shooting from the bag, I'm having really good luck with all three of these so far. Last up is the chicken. All right, that worked out good. So here's the three guns, the three different power plants. With a brake barrel, and they do make carbine style brake barrels, but you can see the brake barrel is longer. The PCP, which they also make different lengths of those. The pneumatic, so they vary. And then pneumatic happens to be the shortest in this test. But anyway, it's to make a generalization, usually the brake barrel is going to be the longer of the guns. If you were, so just something to be aware of, because if you're going in through tight woods, or if you have it on a sling, it's a longer gun sometimes is not as handy. in the woods is something shorter. So what's right for you? It all depends. This is a fully self-contained unit. All you do, it's single shot, put a pellet in, away you go, and it's, I think the video show, if you maybe reverse back, it's quiet. This is also a self-contained unit, but it's rather noisy when you pump it up, and the report is more noisy. The PCP is quite noisy. They make silencers. Well, you can do that for any of them, so it doesn't really matter. But basically all you're doing is running a bolt and you're dropping a pellet in. The thing I don't care for about a PCP is it requires a hand pump. And that's where you get pre-charged pneumatic. You pump it up. So if you were to be doing a lot of shooting somewhere, you would want to take your hand pump with you. If you're only planning on shooting, this one shoots about 30 shots at good power. If that's all you think you're going to need, then this is actually the lightest of the 3 guns. I actually think this one's a little bit heavier than a brake barrel. Of course, that depends on scope. Anyway, just kind of want to show you guys different options. I don't want to, probably last fall I would have wanted to say one's better than the other. Or if you can only have one gun, choose this one. But I wouldn't do that now. Once you learn to shoot a brake barrel, you'll do great with it. PCP, they're more expensive. That's the most expensive thing to get into, but I mean, you can modify, like that one's modified anyway. They're pretty cool. And then your pneumatics, which a lot of guys hate pumping up between each shot, but you don't have any recoil with it, so you don't really have to train yourself how to shoot it. So it just kind of depends on what you think you'd be interested in. If you're going to be doing if you're just going to be shooting slowly, this works just fine. You'll probably be more accurate with it. But with a brake barrel, I found the Chinese-made brake barrels, I've had really bad luck with them. Different brands. Anyway, the only brake barrel I will buy now is something that's made in Germany, or maybe something that was made in England, which would likely be vintage anymore. I don't know how many English-made brake barrels are available. I haven't looked. PCPs, they're all over. That's what everything, the higher end stuff seems to be trending to. So, but brake barrels, boy, you can really, it's tough because I don't believe the reviews I watch on YouTube anymore when guys are saying this brake barrel's great or anything. I haven't had good luck with a repeater brake barrel. I would just say if you want a brake barrel, get a German-made one, and that's really, you'll be happy. You may not realize, you may be like, oh man, I paid a lot of money, but you may not appreciate what you got, but you would definitely will if you get a cheap brake barrel and it doesn't work for you. You might as well just spend the money to buy a decent one. And that one's, I think they're around $300 and some now. I think that's a really good value. But anyway, so I just kind of want to give just kind of an overview of the different power plants and hopefully help some new shooters out there. Anyway, guys, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.